Today we'll talk more about proper tennis procedures. Let's begin with the stroke, always keeping your eye on the ball and maintaining a steady body position. Never try to hit too hard. Avoid overexcitement. In tennis, conservative attire is a must. Remember, tennis is a civilized sport, so always obey all court rules and regulations. Also, you might injure yourself. See, now you're on your way to really having fun. Maybe we should go through this one more time.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Spence from the So Sandy Sneaker Podcast. Today I'm going to be doing a review on these bad boys. They are already out of the box. Didn't get to do a live unboxing with you guys, but we talked about them today on the podcast. So for any of my new subscribers or anyone who's new to the channel in general, welcome and thank you. We do a weekly podcast, semi-weekly. You know, sometimes we miss a beat. You know, we're all busy people. But we have weekly sneaker topics like recent releases, new releases upcoming, the state of the culture, market, reselling, anything that pertains to sneakers in any fashion, sports, or whatever the case may be. Check us out, and if you haven't already, check out my partner, Plenty the Hardway, on IG. I mean, I guess you can check him out on IG too, but I meant Instagram. I meant YouTube, so I'll see y'all over there. No. I'll see you over there in the comments, I guess. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me today, but let me get it together. So today we're going to be talking about Andre Agassi's second signature shoe. This is the Nike Air Tech Challenge in the Tart colorway, which is being deemed as stone blue now. This pair has released, obviously, originally in 1990, then again in 2008, then again in 2014, and all of the releases up till now, so the first three, including the original, were clay blue, but now this is deemed a stone blue, but the nickname for these is Tart. That which is a cool name. That's just, I guess, this is a bright citrusy orange. This is almost like a Nerf before the Nerf to me, and I don't know if it's because of the hot lava splash right here and the orange and blue. It feels Hasbro, very Hasbro to me, but I don't know, just my opinion. This colorway is very reminiscent of the Auburn, like Bo Jackson, so like I can't get that out of my head, but this is still a nice colorway overall. This is the third colorway to release in recent years of the Nike Air Tech Challenge. First we had the Hot Lava, which came out in last year. Quick Strike. This is also a Quick Strike, which just means there's not a ton of pairs. They're not going to be limited in any fashion as far as accessibility, but limited as in quantity of pairs, just because the hype is a little bit lower. This is technically a Quick Strike. So Hot Lava released last year in 2024, and then earlier this year we had the Racer Pink, or that might have been late last year, but the Racer Pink also released. The Racer Pink is a super slept on colorway. I'm thinking of picking those up now. You can get them at a lot of these stores for $70 or less. If anybody's interested in that, please comment down below and I'll plug you guys in the right direction. But not Finish Line anymore, JD Sports, Hibbett Sports, and plenty of other places have the Racer Pinks for a pretty low price. So I do like the Hot Lava and the Racer Pink a lot better than this colorway, but for those of you who are a fan of this orange and blue color scheme, these will be coming out on June the 27th for a retail price of $150, $155 maybe now because of the tariff price. But good shoe overall. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the retro came out. This is one of the better treated retros of recent years. In 2014, when the last ones came out, they've really retooled and remastered these, so they're a lot slimmer in comparison to the old retros. Similarly to the way that the Air Jordan 3 and the Air Jordan 4 and the 5 have been remastered in recent years to be a lot slimmer than the 2010 retros we were getting for a long time. So like I said, this colorway did come out in 1990. The original Air Tech Challenge, the Hot Lava, came out in 1989, but late 1989, and it is famously worn by Tim the Toolman Taylor. For those of you who don't know who that is also known as Tim Allen. That's his character on Home Improvement. So that was pretty cool to see. A lot of the characters in that show, including the children, wear cool sneakers on there from time to time. A lot of the 90s shows are really just slept on gems that have little bits and splashes of sneaker nostalgia, and everybody gets introduced to these sneakers in a different way. Similar to obviously the Fresh Prince with the fives that came out this past weekend, the Great Fives. Go check out that video if you guys haven't already. Where Will Smith wears the Great Fives. You know, Martin has a lot of those things. Living Color, the Marlins like TV show, like a lot of that stuff. You know, obviously 90s nostalgia. So this might remind some of you guys of a few different shoes because it is similar to a few in some different ways. So this was designed in obviously the same year that Tinker designed the Air Jordan 4. So it is reminiscent of that in the way it has these lockdown wings up here, and the same Jordan hang tag originally came. And I want to clear up the confusion. We talked about this on the podcast today as well. This is the original hang tag that came with the Air Jordan 4s. It is not that thin sheet of plastic we have been getting on recent retros, which like the Reimagined 4s, Reimagined 3s, and things like that we've been getting on these last retros. That is not the original. That's more of like when the 4s re-released in 1999, it came with the thinner one. This is the original hang tag, just for anybody that was curious. So obviously it has the hang tag like the 4s, has the lockdown wings and the lockdown tabs here like the 4s. It also has a 4-foot enclosed air unit in this why am I botching the name? Polyurethane midsole. There's an encapsulated air unit, and then there's a visible air unit through here. The original AirTech Challenge, not the 2. This is the AirTech Challenge 2. The original AirTech Challenge had a full length zoom air through the bottom, but it was not visible. Obviously, this is the first visible air on the AirTech Challenge. So it's very similar to the 3s, 4s, and 5s in that way, featuring the 4-foot encapsulating unit and the visible air on the back. And obviously it was just Nike Air was just running rampant at that time. It was huge, 87 through the 90s. So this is a big thing. And obviously Tinker, one of the best designer of all time. I'm not even going to say one of the best at this point because he has solidified himself as the best designer of all time, sneaker designer of all time. So I don't even think we got to debate that. So, but another part of this silhouette that probably looks familiar to you guys is the what was I going to even call it? The tooling, the midsole, and then the outsole is what inspired the Yeezy 2. So I'll put that on screen for those of you who didn't even realize that, because I didn't realize that until I really looked at it, sat down, and talked about it. It's the same, the exact same bottom, but obviously this came way before the Yeezy 2. So, for those young people who aren't willing to respect things like this, you kind of have to. Not that I didn't before that, but just saying that to others in general, like, be sure to pay your respects to the OG, because you have no idea where some of the inspiration for your favorite designs came from. So some of the only differences between this and the original, this heel bumps out a little bit. It is not a straight down, which in the original is obviously just straight and narrow. The lockdown wings at the top here were originally gray and not this lightish blue colorway. I'm not complaining about that. I think they look pretty good, other than they might have been close to this. It's kind of hard to tell based on the pictures and the age in the 1990 pictures. And then obviously this midsole is aged a little bit, getting the little reimagined treatment. It isn't terrible. It's not. I think the Hot Lavas were a little bit more aged, but these are aged slightly. It's not too bad. And then all of the materials on here are leather except for the mesh here, and then on the tongue here, and then the synthetic leather on the swoosh, obviously. But they replaced a lot of the Durabuck that came on the original shoes with a lot more premium materials and leather. So this is like one of the best retros that they've come out with for Nike, Nike sneakers, signature silhouettes. Like, this is one of the best homage paying retros that they've done. It's very true to OG, except for in small ways. But you would have to be a real stickler to like notice anything like that. To the average collector, average Andre Agassi enthusiast, tennis enthusiast, like you would think these are stellar, and I do too. Except for the color, I'm just not a fan of the color. But the shoe itself, that have been retroed in the last year, the 3 colorways have been made very well. They're very well constructed sneakers. So, all right, well, that's all I got for you guys today. If you learned anything, please consider dropping us a like, a comment, a sub. I will be at SneakerCon this weekend, so we'll have some content coming from that. This is our first video at 400 subs. Clap it up for yourselves. I really appreciate every single one of you. I cannot thank you guys enough. And I really want to tell you guys that at 500 subs, we are going to be doing some special things for you guys. We're going to open up a membership where we can get access to retail sneakers to the best of my ability for you guys as consistently as possible, you know. I really want to take care of you guys because you guys are taking care of me. So every sub, every like, every comment means a whole bunch. Tell me what you guys think of these down below and comment your favorite 1990s sneaker silhouette. And I will see y'all out on the next one. Peace.